Viewer discretion is advised.
But will be completely ignored.
You spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good.
Oh shit! What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's BlackHart. It's Uncle Phattz. It's Last Week in Wrestling. Sorry for the 53-minute delay. I know we should have gave you a little heads up, but we was watching the Super Bowl, and I hate to say this, but congratulations once again to the Kansas City Chiefs, who just walked off the field, winning 25-22, and Super Bowl was
58. 58.
It wasn't 58, was it?
Yeah, it's 58.
Okay, well, 58, whatever. I know some people, the Swiftie fans, y'all must be happy as fuck. And that this proposal just happens. I'm not gonna hear the end of it. But welcome to the show, the Super Bowl edition. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, pass out to your peoples. Let them know that we up and running. I know some people that hate the Kansas City fans, they're gonna want to tune in here. Well, we're about to have in store for this episode for sure. Definitely check out the link tree. Do you already know what time it is when it comes to the link tree? We are on where it has all the access to the videos, the audio, the merchandise stores, all the 9 yards. Link tree / Off the Top Roast podcast. Tune in to the stuff that we got in store, the stuff that we got coming out, and all this other stuff. Oh, excuse me. Don't forget to check out our brand ambassadors. First one is W to get the boost energy that you do need to get to your daily crashes and stuff at www.w.gg. Coupon code OTTRMON to get 10% off your purchase. Please make sure that you do that because that helps them and helps us. And definitely check out Dream Alive University. Go copy yourself some merch from them. 15% off using the same promo code OTTRMOB at dreamalive.store. And last but not least, if definitely want to get yourself iced out for you, your girl, whatever like that for Valentine's Day coming up, GetSoLace.com, 25% off using the same code OTTRMOB. And do not forget, folks, we got merchandise out there in the world. New merchandise is out, available on the Bonfire store. You know what I'm saying? We've been long overdue for some of this merchandise stuff, so we're definitely trying to keep up to date, keep up with the Joneses, as they would say, and stay fly out there at bonfire.com. /so Off the Top Roast podcast to get the latest designs that we have in the store. This is us tonight, just me and Uncle Phattz tonight. Mike's probably drunk watching this, and Edukes is still scared of me and scared of this man next to me. So I think he's just ducking and dodging. So it's cool though. But at least I got one of them with me. What's going on, Uncle Phattz?
What's the word, BlackHart?
What's shaking with you, man?
I'm chilling, bro. It's another day, man.
Yeah, shit. Yeah,
man.
I know some people had a pretty hectic week. What the fuck was going on in the whole week of wrestling? Jesus Christ! But before I even do that, I forgot to give you your intro.
This kid and that kid and this kid, Darko Ball.
That's my big guy talking over there. Well, what's up, everyone? I know everyone's still tuning in. So watching whoever wins the MVP, which I don't know who really is going to be, but who the fuck?
Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, I'm listening. After that performance, yeah, you're gonna have to put that tag on him and stuff.
They had over 300 yards.
But man, let's just dive into this shit. I'm trying to get this done as fast as I fucking can. So for those of you guys that did not know what happened at Vengeance Day, in the main event between Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov has spilled over to the new rivalry that we got with Trick Williams and now Carmelo Hayes. But the key question that I have for the people out there is when these two come up to the main roster, which is going to be eventually soon, maybe after WrestleMania, who knows. But we need to see who is going to be the bigger star out of the two, Trick Williams or Mr. Carmelo Hayes. As we know, they're in the program right now where Brotherhoods disband and Carmelo Hayes turned heel on Trick Williams, turned his back and gave the reason why he's supposed to go after the North American Championship. Well, he's supposed to go after the NXT Championship. But Trick Williams got too big for his britches. But the crowd was very receptive of Trick Williams as his whole tenure was going on. But Trick Williams, the hater low-key, was already sabotaging him from a distance for so long, including even acknowledging the fact that he was the one that attacked him backstage. We're just looking foreshadowing into this shit. When it comes to this topic, stuff like that, Carmelo Hayes. I mean, I know how some people feel about Trick, and he got the look, he got the height. He's got, I don't know what to really, classify him as, but obviously obviously Carmelo Hayes is the one that I'm scoping out for to be the biggest star out of the two of them. No disrespect to Trick, but Carmelo is from Boston. So I'm a rock with a guy that came from my backyard to go to the main roster and doing his thing. So I'm around with him regardless because of by proxy, because of the enemy state lines. But athleticism, talent-wise, this man has more experience coming from the indies and getting into the WWE system through NXT. You got shades of him going on to, SmackDown, having a few set of matches with different people, and you see what the hell that he's been doing. And he got one thing that some people don't have in most wrestlers: charisma. He got that oozing machismo. So I'm sorry for Trick. As much as the theme song is what got us into Trick, I'm sorry, but Carmelo can talk the talk and he can walk the walk. So my money is going to go on Carmelo Hayes being the biggest star out of both these guys.
Okay, so I can't
think about this.
Yeah, I got to think about it because for me, how I look at it is this is
pause.
He's a timeout.
This is to me. This was somewhat a long ways coming. We just didn't know how it was going to play out, and it played out in the best way at the right time for both of these gentlemen. For each other to not only build the storyline, but to help build each other's careers. And as Black wrestlers to become a household name, not just in the NXT division, but also on the main stage, either SmackDown or Raw. And I feel like this is something that when they do get called up, they'll probably go to SmackDown just to kind of build their storyline and each other's brand up to eventually to where they end up teaming again and go for the tag team. By that time, they'll be well developed, and it can kind of have that story-esque type of situation that leads back to NXT, where they're both going for the United States or IC or the Universal or the world. So this is an opportunity that I see for both. As far as individually,
yeah, who's going to be the biggest star out of the two? One is what's the get up there, based on what you just said.
My mind is saying Trick Williams, but my gut is saying Carmelo Hayes.
Okay.
And the only reason
saying that you're saying Trick Williams, but your gut is saying Carmelo Hayes. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, the reason why is because Trick Williams has that stature. And when you said the oozing machismo, you hit the nail on the coffin. You know what I'm saying? He has that body frame of a Scott Hall, and he can be utilized. But the question is, does he have the charisma like Carmelo Hayes? See, Carmelo Hayes has all the characteristics, the persona.
He's just short.
So it's like, would you call him, not call him, but would you put him in the ranks of a Chris Benoit or an Eddie Guerrero, where he can bulk up a little bit more naturally, learn more moves, but he can also sell the moves and take hits. It's just whether or not if he can keep up with that and stay healthy. So that's where I'm kind of like on the borderline. Like I love what they both bring to the table, but my gut is saying because he's finally that heel at a high point to where he needs to be seen, it couldn't have come at a better moment for him. So my thing is, by you turning heel, is this going to better you as a wrestler? Not just from your promos, because your promos is lit, but does this better you as a wrestler? And not have you looking like a short man with a complex. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then you make Trick Williams look like a giant, and then he gets pushed up and then becomes a jobber, and then you start, you know, I don't want to see that same old cliche shit. Like, if you're gonna do this, let's just do it right. Give us something that we can enjoy and talk about, so that we can look at and possibly be able to main event WrestleMania as a community. You get what I'm saying? This could be a great storyline if they play it right. So I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with Carmelo Hayes. But I like Trick Williams. You can't.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though. It's just I feel like he gotta change that stupid ass finisher. That's what I said like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, if he changed the finisher, if he gets Booker T's blessing to do the whole scissors cake shit like that, because he got the length to be able to hit those type of moves and stuff like that, just revigorate his moveset to closer to like a Booker T to Stevie Ray, and bring that kind of really black essence back. And speaking of which, Mr. Nana. Psych, I'm playing with you. No, he's not here.
A ding dong, hello.
Holy shit.
Ding dong, hello.
Big Mike, what the deal, Playboy?
I thought that you would be drunk. I thought that you would be drunk watching this. Watching postseason or the Super Bowl. I wasn't even counting to even be in here tonight.
Oh my God.
I gotta hear this now. Come on, the game is not 15 minutes. The game has not been over 15 minutes. And all of a sudden, you're the first one. The first one.
I come in here talking about go talk. LeBron James, go talk. Patrick Mahomes, go talk. Andy Reid, go talk. Go talk. All I do is support the greatest. That's all I do is support the greatest. That's it. That's it. I give you the touch. That's it. Greatness.
Look, have we seen the proposal yet? That's all I want to know. Have we seen the proposal?
It hasn't happened yet. Patrick is talking right now on the podium.
God, yo.
But here we go. Kelsey's coming.
Proposal stuff happens, and that's why I know all this shit was true. That's why I know that all this shit was true.
Let me. I'll mute my microphone. Y'all carry on.
Oh my God!
It's actually your turn,
right? Right? Because you just walked in. Technically, you walked up to the podium and you put the whole Kanye West on us. On the switches, whatever.
She's the greatest of all time.
Put the Chiefs on the greatest of all time. You just walked.
No, I did not. I did not claim Taylor Swift. Beyonce is the greatest of all time.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Beyonce is the greatest of all time. Beyonce is the GOAT.
Coincidence? I think not.
Let's do that. So what was the topic? What are we talking about?
Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes.
Listen, man, I know the fans out there got the Seth Rollins face on after that loss. I know y'all got to be salty right now.
I can't crown him yet because it's too early. But another guy that I've crowned greatness, Melo don't miss. Melo don't miss. The heel turn was phenomenal. The heel turn was phenomenal. The swag coming out on NXT on Tuesday.
Oozing machismo.
Come on.
Oozing machismo.
Come on. He just came out oozing the arrogance, oozing the y'all don't like me, and guess what? I'm still that guy. Still that guy. It was a great heel turn, I think, and the best thing about it, when you have something like this, both guys elevate. This is actually making Trick. Melo is so good. Trick went from an accessory to the biggest guy on the roster. That's how good Melo is.
Okay.
That's how good Melo.
Basically,
Melo,
so basically what you're saying is when you're that good, you can bring another person with you up and make them look good, right?
And make them, and Trick looks great. And Trick looks great.
And that's why I told you. That's why I said what I said.
With you on that one, Mike.
That's why I said what I said earlier.
Trick looks great. Melo hasn't lost any momentum whatsoever. The only thing I don't like is that they've been teasing Melo on SmackDown. The only thing I don't like is that when Melo is on SmackDown, he's a babyface, but he's definitely been heel on NXT. I don't like that.
Right.
But
it's going to be a switch. It's going to be a switch because he has to.
It's kind of stupid though, because if you think about it, ain't the WWE universe all intertwined into one?
Exactly. So, that's the only reason I don't like it.
So that kind of don't make sense. So I do understand where Mike's coming from too. Because I said the same thing, but I was like, maybe they're trying to play to see what they can do with the main roster him versus the NXT him.
That's why
they could be doing that. You're right. They could be doing that.
But alongside of that, that's
experiment before they know, okay, this is the game plan that we're gonna do for him. Once he goes to the main roster, he's gonna be over here doing his thing. Maybe Trick might be on another show doing his own separate thing, and sooner or later they'll come together later and renew that rivalry from NXT.
But that's what I said earlier before Mike had chimed in. I mean, before Mike had came in, was that this is an opportunity for both of them to create a path for them to, when they get to that next level, whether they're on the same show or not, to have a rivalry so that they can push each other, so that they can meet again and finish that story. So this is like Mike said, Carmelo Hayes don't miss. That's why I said my gut goes with Carmelo, but my mind is saying Trick. You get what I'm saying? And there's those difference and the two is the reason why I'm at a split. But I can see Carmelo Hayes really being that guy in WWE that whoever he goes up against, it's going to be a crazy ass match. The promos, the shit talking, the intensity. And once he shows that he could be a heel and he could do this on the main stage, oh yeah, I can see him holding some belts.
That is true too. We got to see him be a heel on the main roster, because that is actually, as crazy as it sounds, it's not as easy as people think it is to translate your heel work in NXT to to the main roster. I do want to see how that translates, because to be honest with you, I was kind of feeling babyface Melo on SmackDown. I liked him beefing with Austin Theory. I liked him going after Grayson Waller. Like I liked it. So to see him, it would have been interesting. I want to see how it goes. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not crazy excited for this Melo Trick match though, because the way that those two wrestle, I don't know how that's gonna blend. And a lot of times it's either hit or miss with friends. Like when friends wrestle each other, you either get bangers because they're able to do a little extra because they trust each other more, or it's awkward and it just doesn't click. So, and I don't think the way that those two wrestle, I don't know how that match looks aesthetically. So,
because I don't think they're best friends. Like Braun Breaker and Miller, they're real best friends behind the scenes. That's why we see their matches, they blend in so well and they know each other so well.
Exactly.
So, like you saying, Mike, I do agree with that theory. Like, we don't know how this thing can play out. And as I was telling Uncle Phattz before you walked in, Trick Williams just need to change his moveset. If he just does like a Booker T, Stevie Ray type of moveset and stuff like that, I think that will resonate more with his look, his body, and what the fans can receive him at. Because that whole running high knee thing, honestly, no, it don't work for me.
But look how many
Trick Williams finisher. I'm like, no, change the finish.
But look
how that's going to make the fans like, oh, that's him right there. Or that's the move that I can honestly see him doing. Right now, they're just doing that because they got nothing really solidified for him to kind of like dub as a finish.
But look how many wrestlers that's coming to WWE, whether they were new or whether they were from someplace else, where they had to change something within their moveset or add something because it just wouldn't work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let's don't go Steve Austin. Perfect example, right?
You know what I'm saying?
When
he went
came
from the
in,
power
he had
driver.
$1 million dream, but then later on, we changed it to the Stone Cold Stunner. Game over. That was
game over.
So and
got him over, like you said, Mike.
Right. So then you had the Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? His was the Tombstone. Then he went from the choke slam partial and then the last ride. You know what I'm saying? So even the greats come to a point in their career where they have to either add or take some things away to kind of compensate to what's lacking so that they can better themselves so that people can look forward to it and then don't know what type of version that you're bringing to the table. So that's why I said with this thing, with this feud between these two gentlemen, I could see it going well beyond into the big stage. It's all about how they play it. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand friends are different when you're working with each other with that trust because you can understand each other's passion. But like Mike said, I'm going to touch what Mike said earlier. Carmelo makes people better. So what's better for you mentally? Showing the fact that you can work with others that you're not close with and put on a banger and make that money, or just be the one that only works well with those that you're close with.
That's how that you can tell who's a draw and who's not.
Exactly. And that's why I said my gut is with Carmelo Hayes, because I understand where Trick is going, but Trick has to show me something more.
That's what I said. He got to change his moveset. Once he changed that's what I think is going to have more people really getting really more behind him besides this whole interest and stuff, to be honest.
So it's like if he do that and then he continues to do what he does with Carmelo Hayes, then I can see the both of them succeeding in the
Courtney!
stage.
Shout out to the Bloodline Entertainment over there taking care of our girl.
What's up, sis? So, I mean, you know, to me, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And
but we're all just going to agree it's going to be Carmelo Hayes going to be the biggest star.
Yeah, I think Carmelo Trick has it's weird because the thing for me is like, even though I think Trick does have a lot of potential, Trick has a look too, and because of his stature, he's big, he's strong, he's athletic. Like Trick can't, and Trick is actually pretty decent on the mic. So like he has potential. But like it's something about
he's saying Melo is the biggest star.
But it's something like it's something about
Melo. We said the
Melo.
same thing, Courtney. We said the same thing.
It's something about Melo. Like he just like when we look at Montez and we
on top of that,
something about him.
Kalani, he back Kalani Jordan. So I'm already pissed. I'm already like, yo, come on, now. Like you already got the new breed of women coming into NXT, and you already got the top one that actually got the most potential.
Because he know what he about to do.
Next crop of female wrestlers in WWE, and he already tied out to one. He's like, nah, on my team.
Nah, listen.
I'm like,
Uncle Phatt's got Nia, and who's your other one? Jade.
I know that we agree to that, but no, don't make him too happy. Don't get him like this.
I'm gonna pull the curtain back a little bit. I'm gonna pull the curtain back, guys. You're watching it at home because I actually didn't comment on this in real time. But at you was talking. No, actually, I'm gonna let it go because you was talking about Elektra. But even though I called Elektra, you.
I did.
You. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Miss Parker, Jada Parker.
Ooh, yes.
Hands off. Yeah.
Yes.
I love Naomi, but
okay.
Listen.
All right. So now he's
like,
gonna
Naomi is my wife, but Miss Parker.
So all right, so he got the Jada. So we got Jada Parker.
Miss
now
Parker.
I gotta take a look at Jada Parker.
Listen, facts.
Look at me. Look at me.
I'm looking at.
We snagged her from me. He snagged her from me. That's why he's saying this shit now. That's why I was like,
yeah, bro, you about to drop the glasses like
that. I can't even be mad because when I claimed Lola Vice, because once I claimed Lola Vice myself, I was like, you know what? I'm like, you know what, man? I'm like, you know what, man? I can't be mad. I can't be mad.
I don't even know if
I can't be mad. Listen, I will go
remember?
for Hispanic women before any other nationality out there. I'm sorry. So when Lola Vice came in, that's why I said, oh,
yeah, Lola Vice is bad.
I'm like, nope,
yeah,
that's
Lola
fine
Vice
right there. Give me that.
Lola Vice is bad. And she can fight. She can throw hands.
That's why I'm like, now I think that's spicy caliente over there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't you.
These new versions
these new breeds out
wrestlers,
there, man, they coming.
Bad, bro.
They coming.
Fats, I'm bad. We will talk after the show, Fats, because
bruh. No, don't.
I never thought I was gonna see a diva that would take my heart away from Naomi.
It was coming
from Naomi because Naomi is just everything for me. Like that's it. But
then now you got this caramel rookie coming, and all of a sudden, game over there.
I was going to say, BlackHart, do you remember when she first came on? She did a cameo.
Mm-hmm.
She did a 5-second cameo.
It was during that breakout tournament, right?
Yeah, like she just did a
no.
Even before that, she did a cameo where she was just on the screen for like 30 seconds, and I was like, "Yo, who was that?"
No.
And then you gave me her name.
You like Nia did the Bayley, bro. When it comes to that girl, stay away from my woman.
Yeah, Miss Parker.
I just want to know, but you know what? There's one girl who's bad, right? And the only reason why she don't really get the recognition is she's short, and I think her name is Jordan Carter.
Oh, the one in the tag group.
Yeah, the tag group.
The one in the black in the tag
bro,
group.
She got the body of
she's like
Katie
she's
Carter,
like 4'11", right?
Yeah, bro. But I'm saying, imagine if she's like
yo, man, she like white boys. Trust me on that.
Yeah, that too.
It's all good.
I thought she was her. Yeah.
It's all good.
No,
but yeah, to answer the question, Melo just has. Melo's just it.
Listen, man. Even for the Karen Hogans out there in the world, man. Like, come on, man. You gotta give us
that he's over 9,000 levels of trash.
That's what she basically saying in the back of her head. Like, all these men are 9,000 levels of trash.
I should become a wrestler. I still got some time left. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you may hit that swerve on.
Swerve. Garments.
Yo, I think my promos would be absolutely fire.
Oh man! And speaking of Swervo, as you see on my tee, you already know what time it is.
Yeah, I'm about to say, BlackHart, do you have my clip? They can't see me, but I know you got Nana the Nana clip. You don't have the clip no more. Nana doing the dance.
Oh! Wait.
I would say, did you get rid of it?
Oh, that'd have been foul. That'd have been some
I don't think so. We don't play that.
It's my fault. It's my fault because I was supposed to have that clip ready for you because I was just sure I was going to win the title.
Lord, you had 0 points. Where were your points at?
Janky promoters.
Damn, bro. I get it.
Yeah, we could talk Swerve. You know I would listen.
But speaking of
we can talk Swerve.
Swervo is coming after the AEW goal. It's a Swervo's time. And as we see for the last couple of weeks on Black History Month, he giving big shout out to all the black wrestlers out there, including Kofi Kingston, and he making it known that this year his eye is on the prize, and he didn't want Prince Nana having no interferences whatsoever when it comes to Hangman Adam Page 1-on-1 to get that number one contender spot. Now, fast forward to what we just went through on Wednesday with the rubber match between Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland that went to a 30-minute time limit draw. The very last fucking second, Swerve gets Swerve. He takes the microphone, crosses the corner on the beating up ankle, says 5 more minutes. But Hangman Adam Page, as the heel Hangman Adam Page in this case, basically saying you have to beat me in order for you to become the number one contender, and which you didn't, so that spot belongs to me. But little did we know, Tony Schiavone in the headset from TK saying now this is going to be a triple threat at AEW Revolution March 3rd. Now it's going to be Samoa Joe taking on Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland in a triple threat for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Is this the time? Is this the time? Is this the moment? Is Sunday, March 3rd at AEW Revolution will we see AEW when we crown the very first ever Black African American World Heavyweight Champion?
So you gotta drop bombs.
It's about motherfucking time. Well,
should be dropping bombs.
Let's just say in this case, I blame the fans for this too. I blame the fans because, you know, when they go on social media, they be, this guy deserves bad, this person deserves bad, this guy should have the run of a fucking lifetime, whatever. I think that's what coerced a lot of these bookers to trying to make these changes into the stories. That's why we come to AEW stories. That's why I can't always get behind them too fully because they always interchange with each other for some weird reason. But when it comes to Black wrestlers, and Maverick, I know I'm speaking for you for this. We need more Black fucking heavyweight champions of the world to destroy the stigma that wrestling is just nothing but white people. Okay? Let's just say that much. And we can go back to the whole history of professional wrestling. I only barely seen a handful of Black African-American title holders, but didn't have that much lengthy title links and runs and tenures and stuff. So I don't believe they really put someone in that nature, you know what I'm saying? Like Swerve over here, who got the crowd behind him, who came from the indies, was an indie darling, came into the WWE system, didn't work out that way. He came over here to AEW, wanted to have a better opportunity. He was given from that, but he was still peddling, in the middle with Keith Lee. But then he's like, I know what I can do. I know what I can bring to the table. Once that new fucking Swerve theme song came into play, that's when his star started rising. That's when his work started rising. And that's when we finally see that someone that's a decent height, decent build for his size and for his age, and he can resonate with the fans. And he got people in the NBA and NFL doing the whole Nene dance. So as far as I'm really concerned, bro, I think that's qualifications to be like, yo, he could be a draw to bring people in to watch AEW product. So especially for a Black World Heavyweight Champion. And I don't see that many of them in my lifetime. And I would like that stigma to change as I'm still alive and breathing. And I can hopefully, if I ever had children, tell my children that you can be a World Heavyweight Champion too. Just, you know, you got to go through some of the hoops and hurdles and stigmas about Black wrestlers in America and stuff like that. But, yo, if you really know that you have the talent, you have the charisma, you have the overall attributes that a company can get behind you, sky's the limit for you. And I honestly, truthfully think if TK is one of those fanboy bookers and shit like that, we should be seeing a World Heavyweight fucking champion by March 3rd, by March 4th. That I could be still wearing this shirt out there in public when AEW comes to TD Garden March 13th. I'm gonna be in the building. So I hope and pray my champion is in that bitch too, so I have a reason to wear the shirt. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully for that. So I say yes, it's time for a Black World Heavyweight Champion. You really give me a round. You really give me a round of applause.
I mean, that was real talk.
You really give me a round of applause. Damn.
Everything you said was real talk. Thank you, Courtney.
You were dropping bombs on yourself, bro. That's why I had to give you
I know. Oh,
slacking.
man.
You gotta be on your pimp game. You gotta drop bombs.
Yeah,
you want to go fast? You want me to go?
I'm not doing that.
But I'm
man.
sorry, because we not buying.
No, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. You came in.
But I'm sorry, folks.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's time for a Black World Heavyweight Champion. Okay, we just got Patrick Mahomes again as MVP. So I'm expecting to see some Black World Heavyweight Champions coming out of these wrestling companies, man. I'm sorry. Big shout out to Alex King, who just dropped the MLW title not too long ago at the last Superfight event. Shout out to him because he was actually doing his thing at MLW as a World Heavyweight Champion. Now I hope and pray he goes on to bigger and greener pastures.
Right.
So, straight up.
So this is twofold, and excuse me if I go on a tangent here because there's layers to this, to my answer here. Firstly, let me actually start by saying firstly, let me come into the camera. Fuck you, Hangman Page. Fuck you. hate you.
Wait. This one
Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb.
Hangman Adam Page getting these bullets.
We will start with that. Everyone who watches the show knows how I feel about Hangman. I hate Hangman. Can't stand Hangman. I hate that fucking. I hate that mustache that he's growing. I hate everything about him. I hate it all.
Oh, they got the man looking like Magnum TA. They got the man looking like Magnum TA now with that whole stash right now. I swear to God.
He looks like the emblem from the Pringles can with just a mullet. Okay? That's what he looks like.
Take the controller away from this person.
That's what he looks like.
But yeah, so let me start by
this nigga, according to Mike. Get a load of this nigga, Hangman Adam Page.
You're right. The greatest. Everyone knows I've been to multiple WrestleManias. My single greatest moment as a wrestling fan is being in the building at WrestleMania when Kofi won the title. I've never in my life felt a feeling like that. Being so proud and being so happy because Kofi was black. Everything Kofi did, Kofi being black, and all of it. That's the greatest wrestling moment I've experienced.
He was flat with a bird-infested chest. This shit that got smacked by the Big Show. He tore one of his titties. I get it though. Sorry, Kofi. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Just the way the Big Show left that fucking chest afterwards. Forget it.
He left the imprint on his body for a lifetime.
For life.
He gave him the meat mallet of life. That's what he did.
Chest alone. And it's spicy.
Do I think Swerve can be and should be world heavyweight champion? Yes, I do.
Is it time? Yeah.
Is it time? Yes. It's been time. It's been time. It's way overdue. Swerve, everything you said is true. Swerve is top 5 in AEW. You name me a category that Swerve's not top 5 in AEW. Name it. Mic skills, top 5. In-ring skills, top 5. Gear, top 5. Mm-hmm. Body-wise, I mean, it depends on what you like. That's a whole different topic. Entrance, top 3. Top 2.
Entrance, top 5, or whatever that you said, Mike, top 3.
Momentum with the fans. The fans are behind him in that dance every time. Social media presence.
Match ready.
And he can give you bangers with different people and different stipulation of matches.
Everything. There's nothing Swerve cannot do.
Yeah.
So should he be champion? Absolutely. Could he carry that company? Absolutely. Is he a draw? Absolutely. There's nothing Swerve can't do.
Who was cooking up?
My problem is, and what I'm going to be dealing with when it comes to picks at Revolution is, I don't know if Samoa Joe's a transition champion, though. This is his first title defense. It's his first. It's his second. He beat Hook, so
that's what it looks like to me. Because I'm like, why won't you have Swerve just go at him 1-on-1, and then maybe Hangman Adam Page gets involved into the match, interferes and screws him over? That storyline can continue, and then he goes at the title later on this year.
But that doesn't mean that he's a bigger pay-per-view. But that doesn't mean he's going to win in a couple weeks.
Which is true. You know what I'm saying?
That's where
I don't know why that they would have a 1-on-1, but just this 3-way is just probably a way for maybe Samoa Joe don't have to take the pin.
I don't know.
Maybe it's Hangman that got to eat.
I don't know why Hangman.
And they start their rivalry again. This time as Swerve as the face and Hangman as a heel. Then you just go off to the races with that. As long as MJF is now, I'd say as long as MJF is nowhere in the picture right now,
he's not.
This is your time to build up these new stars and be okay. We already built up one star. Let's keep going. Let's keep going for the future. Because some of these older people, they're not going to be here for that much longer.
I don't know what the fuck Hangman is doing in this storyline. He lost.
You're talking to a brick wall.
Hating ass nigga.
Because he is indeed a hating ass nigga.
He lost.
Sorry, Hangman Adam Page, but you are a hating ass nigga.
Hangman lost. He got hung by a chain. He lost. That's it. You lose. You don't get to be in this title picture anymore. You lost. Wait your turn. I don't know what he's doing here. I don't even know what he's doing here. I don't even understand why Swerve had to beat him on Wednesday. It makes no sense. Swerve,
What he say fuck me for?
Swerve already beat him. What are we doing here? What's happening here? And then once again, Swerve carried that going into business for himself piece of shit in another classic match that, if we're being real, we're being honest, Swerve carried that match. Hangman didn't do anything in that match. All the high spots of that match was Swerve again, because Swerve has just been carrying him over and over and over again. But of course, Hangman and the Young Bucks, because the Young Bucks friends, everyone in the Young Bucks friend group just runs AEW.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
What career? Go on,
again,
man.
It just makes no sense. But yes, it should be Swerve. My fear, and maybe by the time we get to the pay-per-view, I'll feel better once I see promos and I see how things are interaction. I don't think right now, today, February 11th, I don't think Samoa Joe's dropping the belt after like 45 days. No champion in AEW history has not had that belt at least 3 months. I don't think. I'd have to, but I don't think anyone.
We're not including John Moxley's
Punk. Not including Punk.
We're not including John Moxley's interim championship thing when the whole CM Punk injury happened.
If you take out that weird time in history with CM Punk and Moxley, that weird month that we had where they was doing weird shit, no AEW champion has had that belt for less than 3 months. So for Samoa Joe, who is as worthy of a champion as they've had, I have no problem with Samoa Joe being champion, because everything I just said about Swerve, I can say about Samoa Joe. So
this is the reason why I wish that they just had the one-on-one instead.
Exactly. So
when they made it into a triple threat, it was kind of like someone's going to have to eat the pen, and then whoever that doesn't eat the pen, they have a reason to continue their story for that World Heavyweight title.
If Swerve doesn't win, Hangman better get choked out. That's it. That's it. Either Swerve wins or Hangman gets choked out. That's all I want to see.
Emotional, damn it.
That's all I want to see.
That's what the population is going to be pissed off about if Swerve don't win.
Reaching foul. That boy is reaching. Shit is straight cap.
I'm telling you right now, if Hangman pins Swerve to win the title, I promise you won't see me on this show, because if I'm on the show, we're gonna get kicked off the air. I'm telling you right now, if Hangman pins Swerve, we're gonna get kicked off the air.
Last week, I got kicked off my own show. I'm over here like, wait a minute, like I was helping you guys out, and then you kicked me out because I'm siding with someone. Jesus,
it was a very funny moment.
Which is messed up, you know. But I get it.
But yes,
Swerve over champion, folks.
No shock here. I hate Hangman, so there you go. But the answer question, yes, Swerve.
And no Hangman love once or ever.
Ever.
Yo, shit. Uncle Phattz got anything to say about this?
I mean, what is that to say? I mean, I
nigga, there's nothing. There's nothing.
You
say after that. Jeez.
Nah, I got some shit to say. Fuck that. I got some shit to say. Because it's on the property of this bitch. If you think I ain't had nothing to say, you're highly fucking mistaken. First of all, let's understand one thing. And I'm saying this loud and proud. We all understand this is Black History Month. Granted, I'm also tired of hearing motherfuckers using Black History as a way for us to be able to win something. Fuck all that, okay? Outside of this has been a strong journey for Swerve Strickland. And at the end of the day, he's proven himself to be in this situation. Your hard work paid off. You made the right decision for yourself by leaving WWE and then coming to AEW and doing your shit. Not only are you doing your shit, but you're creating bangers, promos, intros, cutscenes.
The wise one. We miss you, pal.
You're doing fire hella matches. The match that you put on this past week was absolutely fucking phenomenal, and you deserve a spot in this championship. Now, I will say this. In light of what my dear brother Big Mike has said, because this year is the year of the truth. I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep saying it until you motherfuckers understand what's going on.
Truth will set you free.
Adamant Hangman Page. You ain't shit. You are two shits in the toilet seat flush.
Oh, damn! He's hit me with the double whammies, bro. I can't even do that right now. But
the following scene contains language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
There we go.
You've had the opportunity since AEW has presented itself to make a stamp in that company. And I'm not saying that you failed, but you fucking failed. Okay? You're a household name for a reason. And you look like shit.
JP, you're so lucky that Big Mike just walked out the door, because if he would have saw that, bro, it would have been shots fired. But
no, because it's gonna be shot. It's gonna be shots fired anyway.
Podcast, shout to JP, shout to Joe.
Listen, anybody that's a Hangman Page, y'all can go jump off a horse and hang yourself. I hate to say it. I'm gonna say this loud and proud.
Speaking of, I think Big Mike got kicked off, but he'll be back.
Now you can keep your split screen. I'm gonna say this loud and proud.
I mean, you're the last one on this topic, so afterwards we are out.
So you look at Hangman in that match; it was straight horrible. You can tell that this man is completely out of shape. Okay, and he has the same moves over and over again, and because he's out of shape, he can't really sell anything or take anything. And then when you look at the cut, when he's like, "No, since you didn't beat me," look at it. Look like he got meat sweats. Then you go in this Pringle style mustache that just does not even look right. Doesn't even. It's like you look like one of those uncles from Varsity Blues who was a all-star in football, and then afterwards that was the only bit of glory or the last bit of glory you had. Like, is AEW your high school years of relevancy, or are you going through something? Because I think you need time off. Now, how I see this portraying is two ways. At this pay-per-view with the three-way, I can see Swerve winning the belt by pinning Hangman and creating the story with Samoa Joe as, okay, you won the title, cool, but you didn't beat me. You didn't fight me one-on-one. You didn't show me that you're man enough to pin the champ. And this is where they'll fight, and Samoa Joe will beat Swerve and get his belt back. And then that's when the belt, the feud.
I think that's the hint of why Revolution is March 3rd. So he's actually winning it in March.
So it's like, I can see that. I can see that transition. And the other way I can see it happening is just, like Mike said, just Joe cemented his shit and then not willing to turn over the title. And then instead of choking out Swerve, he chokes out Hangman Page. And that pushes Swerve to come at Samoa Joe. But then Samoa Joe can look at him like, please, you lost. I don't take you seriously. And then what? Now you got Swerve having to reprove himself to Samoa Joe? Doesn't make sense. So now you're making someone start all over from scratch again, which ain't fucking right. So I think the smart move for TK to do is allow for Swerve to become champ. And then what you do is you allow Samoa Joe to interact with Swerve to build a storyline and a rival between the two. To where now we can see how Swerve can carry the whole nine. And by that time, that happens, then I can see MJF coming back, then the house of Adam Cole, to where now you have 4 new guys who have rivals all intertwined with each other, going for one championship. And now you can have one of the biggest fatal 4-ways ever, to where these guys are willing to bleed, to willing to put everything on the line. Be one of the biggest fucking matches ever. The question is, when that time comes, who's gonna have the belt? And that's where I see where this might be a stamp for Swerve. Can he hang with the big dogs? Can he prove himself to them that he deserves this opportunity to either maintain the title or lose the title with dignity? You know what I'm saying? But this is his time for the belt. This is his time to become a real household name and not just some fly-by-night type of situation. That's the only thing that I really care about. I understand this Black History Month. I respect it. I love it. But I'm tired of us using it as a reference of why. They should get it. Swerve proved to us that he's worthy for a spot. He had us fall in love with his character, whether we liked it or not. And that's what matters the most as a wrestler and as a wrestling fan. Like the one we fail to realize, the one thing that I remember that we've all said, and it was said in a few podcasts before, is what Vince McMahon said about The Rock. I'm gonna make this man so hated that when I turn him into a babyface, he's gonna be the biggest thing ever. And this is an opportunity for Swerve to kind of follow in that same light, to where he is creating a pathway of success for himself. And he can't be afraid to take some L's, but also,
WWE isn't a household name. I mean, you're right, JP. They're not a real big household name like on the plateau of WWE and New Japan that's been around for 45 to 50 years, where they have a longevity behind them. These guys still got to get past 5 years, close to 10 years, in order for you guys to need some conversation. Because even TNA, they've been around since 2000 and 2001 TNA has been around.
Yep.
You'll see been through different modernizations of the company and stuff like that, and they're still kicking today.
They still got people. You still got people talking about TNA, even though they're not on TV like that.
Yeah, but as JP was just saying, they're not a household name. Like every household will know what AEW is.
Right.
Every household will know what WWE is.
Right.
No,
they know what New Japan is. Right.
Or they'll know some of New Japan, but they'll normally know WWE because there's the American-based wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
So all 51 states, there's going to be at least one. There's going to be eight or nine households out of 10 that'll know what WWE is. Or they'll definitely say, "Oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, something like that, whatever, Hulk Hogan." That's when you know they know. Yeah. But I don't think just because of Black History Month, this type of stuff could happen. I mean, I don't want this to happen.
I don't want it to be like that, and then they use that as a reason why, and it diminishes his hard work.
Right, exactly. I rather wanted to have him win it on his own merit, and they have a pretty big, strong reason for him to do that because you never need a Black World Heavyweight champion at some point. So, folks, that's the first half of our program. Big Mike's Wi-Fi got shut off and shit like that. I think Hangman Adam Page is doing some numbers behind the scenes to try to get him fucking scolded. So eventually he'll be back, but when he does, by the time we come back from our commercial break and shit like that, we got 2 topics to go. Is The Rock really a heel? Is he playing double agent in the Cody Rhodes story? And we got the Dakota Kai in the middle of the Damage Control and Bayley controversy right after these messages. We'll be right back.
believe in, huh? What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you a stranger.
Come on, you guys. It's only a little.
Giant! A hungry giant!
Hungry for a big honey taste.
Big taste, honeycomb, big taste.
Honeycomb big! Yeah, yeah, yeah!
It's not small.
No, no, no! Honeycomb's got a big honey taste. Big, big crunch for a big, big bite.
Honeycomb cereal, part of this big, complete breakfast.
Honeycomb's a big, big bite. Yeah!
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion,
Ken Tomahiro's impression of the Big Boss Man. Kentucky Fried Chicken's impression of the Big Boss Man. Ann Wood's impression of the Ultimate Warrior. Kentucky Fried Chicken's impression of the Ultimate Warrior. And you can only make these impressions with WWF Power Stamps. There's Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior, Big Boss Man, and Macho King Randy Savage for 99 cents each. Collect one each week only at Kentucky Fried Chicken and make your own impression.
Oh man, we're back. That fucking no fucking commercial. Uncle Phattz, why did you not tell me they're using that honeycombs commercial?
I didn't want to ruin it for anybody.
But you did it for the kids. Though.
I love the kids though. You know, make sure you eat your fruits and say your prayers. And don't take vitamins because you don't know what the hell's in it these days.
That tournament of power.
Oh, Jesus. But, folks, we're back from our commercial. It's over here doing God knows what. Mike still having internet trouble, so we're just going to just move forward with the third topic. As we guys was talking about what happened at the press conference. At the press conference this Thursday, than what happened the previous Friday. But my question is Rock playing double agent in the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns storyline? As you see, you know, Rock is supposedly standing with his cousin, the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, Mr. Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes comes out, gives a bash and brutalizing on the family legacy of the Samoans, so he gets slapped in the face hard by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to where he had to be breaking up. But as we know, Cody had officially challenged Roman Reigns for the title in the main event for WrestleMania 40. Yeah, WrestleMania 40. And of course, as you can see, The Rock checks Triple H in the back. Like, if he talks shit about our family, we coming back for that ass. Man, basically that. So, you know, based on what we know, based on what we saw, based on what the IWC has been very up in arms about this whole Rock situation, Uncle Phattz, is this man, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, playing double agent?
Of course.
Is he playing double agent? And if he is playing double agent, who's he really working for?
He's working for himself. He's working for himself. This is a way to promote the storyline for the bloodline to be one of the biggest stories in WWE history. Okay? Remember what I said the last time? And in 2025, WWE is now going to be partnered with a 10-year deal with Netflix. So in order to have a content outside of your regular Raw, you need something other than reality TV shows and things like that. The Miz and his wife. Then you got Montez Ford and then Bianca Belair. That's cool. But we need something that's really kind of bringing something to where they have no problems promoting and utilizing to where they can bring others into the fold. This is a family dynasty that has been in the business for decades. Mm-hmm. Not just on the main stage, but also in the independent. And no matter what, when people know their research, if they go for technology,
okay,
then you see who the bloodline evolves. And then that's what's building this family
And he had the whole tree CGI and CGI background in the back that displayed the whole tree of the whole Samoan dynasty from everyone, including the people that's in other companies and stuff like that. So
this is the first
they
time.
have a pretty big family legacy behind this.
This is the first time the family has been put on public display like that. And not by someone who's a WWE champion, but a WWE former champion and Hall of Famer. So when we ask who's at the head of the table, that's why I said that match doesn't really have to be about title. It has to be about title of ownership over who's in charge of the family. That's where the differences of this heel baby face Rock, where people are confused by what the hell's going on. But once again, like I said, because Vince McMahon is no longer in control, we don't know what to expect now. Because this is all new content. This is all new plots and twists. This is coming from someone who has been involved with the mind of Vince McMahon and his creators for over 20 years. And you married his bloodline. So you know for a fact where it stands when it comes to someone who was married into business greatness. The story plots, the acquisitions, the releases, so on and so forth, the creations, the destructions, you've seen it all. And then you having a personal relationship with the wrestlers because you once was a wrestler and you are a Hall of Famer. It makes sense. But people don't know where this is going because they're not used to Triple H yet. Remember when Triple H tried to get the control back then, it was still under Vince McMahon. And because of what happened recently, now everything is completely 100% in Triple H's hands. He is chief content creator, which means anything that happens when it comes to these shows, promos, or anything runs through him. So now with that being said, where does this work for the Rock? Is this an opportunity to claim the fact that he has a deciding factor over who remains champ? Or is this a way for him to screw over the Rhodes family again, just so that the family can remain at the top and he can go see later and he can go for his WrestleMania moment? But then that takes away from me, that fucks the whole WrestleMania moment over for me. Because I don't want to see Roman fight twice.
Okay, all I ask is this man a double agent, not the whole breakdown of the story. I just think if you were The Rock in this case, who are you signing with and for what reason? Not the whole creative part. I just ask, is this man playing a double agent?
I think he is, and I think he's gonna side with Roman just so that he could beat him. Would you do that? Would you do that on the
beat him and that's it?
He's gonna screw him, and I feel that, and I'm gonna be pissed when it happens.
Okay.
So that is legit where I'm at. I'm gonna be real pissed if that happens.
I don't know what to take this though, because after that take that you just have, I don't know what to take this like. Is he really playing double agent? I don't know. I mean, I don't, only because, because of the whole handshakes between the both of them, they're both the same. But then again, we could easily be right along like the whole Mike Tyson, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the Shawn Michaels angle from WrestleMania 14. This would give me that feeling almost, but I don't know if that's really going to be plausible to happen. And if that does, like you said, Rock would have to be heel. Cody would have to face him at some point at night one to go on the night 2 to face Roman and have a clean slate and win it clean that way.
Well, that would ruin the whole shit for WrestleMania. To sit there and go through that whole shit just to create another match for a main event for the second night.
But
maybe you can do all this shit at Elimination Chamber.
But I'm thinking, right, they're probably going to use that, right, to help sell out night 1 as well. Because night 2 was already sold out the moment when The Rock came out and had that stare down with Roman. People was buying tickets for that like crazy the moment when that happened. So I think in this case, they're trying to figure out what's more ways that we can sell night 1 that that like we can try to utilize all the superstars that we have, and to making sure that whatever that the stories that we do have, we have to finish them. And Cody is part of that Daniel Bryan story from WrestleMania 30, how he had to face one person. Now he had to face Triple H earlier on in that WrestleMania 30 card. Then he went on to wrestle in the main event and won the whole thing. I think that's probably what they're going to do. So I don't know if that is true. So if it is, I don't see The Rock playing Double H. I think he just signed with the bloodline because it's his family. Despite face or heel, no matter what, I think you're just going to side with family regardless. Despite what the hell that they are. Yeah, so in this case, Uncle Phattz, if you would have done something, you called my phone, right? You think that I'm a write out for you? Hell yeah, of course I am. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like in a way that they don't have a real relationship like that, and like, oh, it's just based on what X says, she say, whatever, and somehow we all get fooled at the very end. That's when you're like, oh shit, okay. But I think in this case, this is just a way for Cody to become the ultimate babyface in the WWE. And the only way to do that is if you go against a heel Rock, you go against a heel Roman, because the bloodline are all heels. There's not one babyface in the bloodline, so they all have to be heels.
True. So my question is, is this the sacrifice once again for Cody to go through one of the biggest stages of his career again and lose on the biggest stage again for the title for the sake of the bloodline storyline? Or do you what you do
storyline realistically would have to be Cody winning the world heavyweight title.
So that would mean that the turn
he would have to really win against The Rock. I really would say at night 1. Then night 2, you can be able to say, okay, it's really official. Night 2's main event is still on, and you have a full 24 hours to work that match and get that ready though, so y'all know y'all plan.
So are you gonna have Cody fight twice?
Cody fight twice within one weekend, yes, but not fight twice in one night. You fight once at night. You want once at night 1 against The Rock, and then if he wins, he goes on to night 2 for the main event against Roman as he's supposed to.
Or what you do is if you don't do that, what you do is you do
the same thing that Daniel Bryan just did for WrestleMania 30. He went through Triple H first, and then he went on to the main event and beat both Batista and Randy. But instead, the only thing that you're just doing, you're just splitting 2 of them in 2 nights.
I'm not saying the 3-way. What I'm saying is, if that's the case, what you do is you have Cody go against Roman night 1 because it does make sense.
No, because if he chooses them, if he wins the Royal Rumble and gets the main event, and I know I kind of said this on one of the previous episodes, like I did say that Cody technically should have said, I'm facing this person in the main event at WrestleMania for this championship. He gets to choose which champion that he wants to face. Does not technically mean he could get the main event depending on who he chooses. If he would choose Rollins, I don't see him becoming main event of night 2. He'll be probably main event of night 1. You get what I'm saying? Night 2 is for like the last but not least. We are here for the big match. And that's against Roman.
Right. But what I'm saying is, okay, that's how you're looking at it. But this is how I'm looking at it. If you're bringing The Rock in, you're doing all this, and you're going against 2 heels, and someone that's proven to be the people's champ, and then you have the current tribal chief, okay, if you have someone that's trying to sit at the head of the table and letting him get his WrestleMania moment, and he's that heel, then in my perspective, you'd have Cody go against Roman in night one. Because at the end of the day, he submits the story by getting the title. So he captured his WrestleMania moment. But then you have to go against the people's champ.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know about that part either, because to have Roman to go night one, that kind of overshadows the title itself.
But that's what get what I'm saying.
Yeah, that means you're basically saying the Rock is more bigger than the undisputed universal title.
So what title is the baby of the company?
The baby, that's the world heavyweight title that Seth Rollins has.
Okay, so like I said, remember, SmackDown is a reputation of The Rock. So if you're coming back after all these years, you're claiming that you're head of the table. This is you. You're the people's champ. You just became the board of directors for TKO. This is a way to kind of push the brand itself to where, okay, now you're the face here. Triple H is the face here. Y'all come together, boom. But what it is that now you're building that storyline for a WWE Backlash where you have The Rock go against Roman for the title to see who's.
So Cody doesn't finish the story at all.
No, he doesn't finish the story. He cements it by winning the title, but then he loses it to The Rock. And then now The Rock is the champ, which pisses off Roman, and Roman's like, what do I have to do? Like, I
don't think he's just going to piss off Roman. It's going to piss off the fans, period.
But that's the whole point, because you're adding.
Yeah, but then you know how fickle these fans are, Uncle Phattz? That's why when I'm thinking about your scenario, I'm thinking about the aftermath, and all these podcasts are going to be blowing their fucking steam just because they want to say they didn't let Cody finish the goddamn fucking story. Why didn't they do it? Why didn't they do it? Why didn't they do it? The same thing you were just saying. Why do we have to wait until Black History Month to have a world? I mean, to have a Black World Heavyweight Champion. Why we have to wait? Why we have to wait?
So let me ask you this.
It's both a similar thing, but two different conversations, two different tones.
Okay, hold on. So let me ask you this. You watch Power, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is the one character that everybody wanted to see win, but then when they won, they did some fucked up shit, and now they're hated? What's the young cat's name?
Kyrie.
Okay. This is kind of like that in a wrestling form. You get what I'm saying? You're taking someone who's coming back to claim what was once his, to submit the family legacy, but then was stripped because of whatever reason. And even though you have respect for another family, you put in that work.
Oh, fine. Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
You know what? Then if that does happen, then they're going to need Dustin Rhodes for this role too, because you want to have a family legacy go at it, you need at least to have Dustin Rhodes be at least on the side of Cody to be able to make things even.
So what better way than to submit the story by having your brother come back? Now that's Goldust
as the icing on the cake incentive to get him over there, even if it is for 1 or 2 nights. But I don't know.
And by that time, they could be on Netflix doing WrestleMania.
Yeah, but we don't know what Dustin Rhodes' contract situation is, number one. Number two, we don't know the expiration date. Number three, we don't know when TK is going to play pettiness to say, no, we're not going to accept that request.
What's more important, winning belts or making money?
Depends on who you ask. That's just the truth beyond. But I mean,
Triple H.
Listen,
Triple H for the Rock.
Wait. Listen, a lot of people will say money. Us adults will say money. If you ask someone younger that's just fresh in the fucking game, they want to win titles. They want to prove that they belong. They want to prove that they are who they say that they are, and they're not just these one-hit wonders that want to claim stuff that mean they don't say that they wrestle, but they don't.
True.
They want to work. They want to work at their craft. That's what the independence for is more of a free form. We go to professional that's when you gotta take all the bumps and bruises with you on the road. There is no time off because you're constant. You know what I'm saying?
That's just like any profession, whether it's
you can pick your own dates, fly the fuck back home, you chilling until further notice. It's different.
But what I'm saying is, this is, like I said, I understand exactly what you're saying, but I'm also looking at it from a business standpoint for someone who's at the top of the game in
absolutely
in the movie industry. So if you're making this 10-year billion-dollar deal with Netflix, they're going to want more than just wrestling, because you created an app, you created a product for yourself by having wrestlers with reality shows and other just cartoons and the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes you think
that
so what makes you think that they're not going to want a storyline within the WWE?
One half of the crazy duo from the rest of the Asylum, shout out to them, said Cody has to finish the story.
Yes, but he has to submit the story by winning the belt first. Once he wins the belt, then that's when the story is his story.
Which means, basically, what she's saying, she has to. Basically, what Chrissy's saying, like we all are saying, including myself, Cody has to win the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. It's the only one opportunity that you got left.
Oh, it's a done.
And after this, you're back in the line. You're back at square one. You gotta go do shit all over again. There is no freebie days, no rematches, no nothing.
And they're not gonna sit there and have him go through this shit again.
Just
for him to be a 3-time champion.
Right. But they're gonna look at this story as a do or die story for Cody.
And that's why I said I'm pissed.
You're facing like 2 final bosses and shit like that for like Mortal Kombat. Who knows?
But see, here's my thing. And this is what I was trying to mention earlier. When you asked me that question, I felt like this is also a trick. Because what it was that you had The Rock come in here and present this PowerPoint of a family legacy, which you knew that was a trigger for Cody Rhodes. And even though Cody didn't make his decision, you kind of made that decision for him. Because you baited his ass in, making it seem like what he was doing, like there was no respect for the Rhodes family. Like they weren't pioneers in the wrestling industry.
Or they're not numerous.
Because they didn't win championships.
It's a selected few of the Dustin Rhodes family that end up becoming wrestlers.
Right, because
there's a lot of men in the Samoan family that they're all connected because of their heritage.
Right. And
it's a whole different ball game for when you're trying to say family legacy, family dynasty. Family legacy is what you see, like the father. Was grandfather, father, son, grandson.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at over there, it's like it's extended.
That's a dynasty. Yeah, that's a dynasty.
Yeah, that's a real true dynasty because that's decades and centuries of shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I understand, and that's why I said this is a strong money making move, but this was also a bitch move by The Rock. I'm just gonna be serious. As cool it was when I saw how he did it.
Man. I don't know about
listen.
I'm answering the question that I asked for all of us. So for me, NCAA agent, I don't know. Man, listen, man, you guys can fool me. As of right now, I don't know where the fuck The Rock stands. The Rock can play both roles, heel and face, very well. So it's just the fans. Some people just don't like what some things happens and some things, and then you interrupt this story, blah blah blah. We don't want this shit. We want that and everything like that. And he understands. He hears a reaction. He's going off what you're giving him. So if you give him cheers, he's going to flip right the foot back over. That's how duality works. So I
feel like it might change.
I don't know.
It might change.
I don't know.
It might change come to the promos heading towards Elimination Chamber. I can see The Rock coming in on SmackDown with Roman. And then what ends up happening is they're talking, and then him explaining in some ways of why what he did to Cody as far as respect wise. And then I could see him looking at Roman and Roman kind of having this type of attitude. And then him looking at Roman, kind of putting Roman in check, and Roman not liking it and being like, I'm the champ. I do as I please. Like, I understand you're the cousin, but I'm the big dog. You get what I'm saying? And I can see certain things like that to where, okay, yeah, you might be the big cousin, but at the end of the day, I'm representing this family. Like, you're just coming back into the fold. Like, you'll hear little shit to kind of see who's being tested when it comes to the respect aspect between the two. Like, that night, that was just a representation of the family, so it was already understood. But let's see how it is when they're standing in the ring and they're listening to each other talk. And then they see whether or not if they agree with each other and agree with what's being said. That's the $1 million question, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing, is what's going to happen when they're face-to-face in the ring and literally talking. Can they vibe out and do this shit, or is this going to be two big egos who are clashing and just want to go at it? But this is the start. This is definitely the start. But
either way, folks, just
Khalifa started celebrating, talking about.
Either way, just enjoy the ride from we get to WrestleMania and we find out what the fuck happens. That's all I gotta say about that. But
Jinkies
is right. Speaking of Jinkies, Dakota Kai is stuck in the middle of these two situations. As I call Dakota in the middle. So now we got babyface Bayley, your women's Royal Rumble winner. You know, basically making her decline. You know, they're making a declaration. Sky Damage Control, blah blah blah. Finally, we see Dakota Kai. It's like, you know, you've been ducking the dogs and shit like that. These two get into a back and forth. You know, little talking out stuff like that about, you know, what's been going on and everything like that, and where the fuck does Dakota Kai really stand? Damage Control come out, and Dakota, who's still injured with a leg injury, you know, grabbed the chair, and then, you know, just what we thought, oh, it'll be a 4-on-1 situation, but no, it does not. She fends off Damage Control, but we still don't know what this means, if she's really on the side of Bayley, or is this part of Damage Control's plan. So she's stuck in the middle between both entities. Who do you think she'll stand with? Who do you think that Dakota Kai will stand with?
This is a good one here. This is a good one, and I was trying to listen to the girls, the Angels podcast, and how they were talking.
Shout out to Angels, of course.
Yeah, shout out to the ladies. And I just want to shout. I can't figure out her name, but I think it's Lady Trini or Terry.
Terry?
She's from London. She got a London accent. I like her vibe. So shout outs to her. Shout out to all the ladies. But
shout out to Princess Terry.
Princess Terry, I like your vibe. Okay, so you are right in my books.
See Terry, man, you got the OG on your slide now.
Yeah,
so you straight.
So what I was saying, what I wanted to say about that is, this is a great story. And shout out to Bayley for putting the girls' division on SmackDown in the spot where it needs to be, where you're keeping a hot storyline going. Once again, Bayley has proven herself to be the workhorse in the women's division, giving her an opportunity to have a WrestleMania moment, which is a great thing. And she looks good, by the way. Let's all say that. Like,
look at the wind up right here, bro. Still smiling, by the way. He just sends him flying and dribbling off the ground.
She did her thing, but she looking right, you know what I'm saying, and it's working. This is an opportunity for SmackDown's women's division to really kind of take off and kind of oversee Raw. For the simple fact that with the likes of other women coming in, like you got Naomi, you got Bianca, you have a couple other ladies, it's going to be a mismatch for Io Shirai, to where the Kabuki Warrior, would have to help. So it kind of diminishes the aspect of Io Shirai really being the face as far as in the women's division. And I'm glad that she got her belt, but this is time for Bayley to be that baby heel, or that heel baby, to where she can put on these matches and really take hits and elevate the women's division on a different level. To where now, like you said, it's easy money. Bigger matches, more money, more exposure for the women, more exposure for the division. Great way to build that storyline. Great way to hold it down, Bayley. I'm proud of you. You came a long fucking way with this damage control shit, and it worked out in your favor. Every single one of them has one goal, and won the Rumble. So you succeeded. So can't nobody, now they're gonna have to call you Money Banks Bayley. So MBB, Money Banks Bayley, baby. If you bring it. Hey, the only way to say it, yeet-tastic. Hashtag that. All right? So that's how I feel, man. I'm excited. This is gonna be a great fucking match. But Dakota Kai, I think she's gonna be hesitant again. But if it was smart for her, I think she would team with Bayley and stick with Bayley.
I don't know, man. I don't trust this bitch. I don't trust that bitch right now. Listen, just because you still got that leg brace on does not mean that you ain't fully healed and it's just waiting for the opportunity to strike. And I'm like, we've seen this kind of angle from before, but I get it. But I'm thinking like this, right? The situation is like now, if the rumor is true that if this whole big business at the Garden on March 13th, Mercedes Moné is now officially AEW bound and stuff like that, then there's no way she's going to be at WrestleMania. So you can cross her off the list. So now if you're looking at backup, who's really that's left? Besides, and then you can't say Charlotte no more because, you know, one, Dukes is not here, and you know how much that he hates her. And two, the touring and MCL that she's be going for 8 months in month 2. So she's still got 6 more months. So there's no way that she's going to be nowhere involved in this. So I don't see anyone realistically else that can come to the aid of Bayley. If you really do gotta have Coda become a face and have her as a tag team, but what's really gonna be the plan for after WrestleMania when that happens?
You talking about for Dakota Kai or Bayley?
Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, what would be the plan for Bayley if she does win at WrestleMania, right? Mm-hmm. And she wins clean and shit like that, and no interferences from like either or Dakota or Damage Control, whatever. What's the plan for her afterwards? Is Dakota going to serve heel afterwards or some shit like that? Or is she going to do it before and, you know, Bayley has to super run and knock out all 4 of them and finally wins and overcomes all 4 of them and destroys her own creation? Who knows?
That's what it's going to come down to. This story is going to come to her proving that she's the leader of Damage Control. And with that,
Super Bayley's going to have the super run of a lifetime.
And this is why I said everyone. And this is why I said she's going to become.
That's crazy.
This is why I said she's going to become Money Banks Bayley, because when it comes to Money in the Bank, because when it comes to Money in the Bank, by that time there's going to be someone that's going to look at SmackDown as them being weak, and that's going to come and challenge Bayley and going to take the belt from Bayley. They're going to win the Money in the Bank. We don't know who it is. And then when we find out who it is, they're going to go right to SmackDown.
Right. Because who's going to be called up from NXT to the main roster after WrestleMania. We don't know. Ariel Tippy Stratton just got signed to SmackDown. So that's someone right there. You still got some people that's still in training, still coming in, and there's going to be people that they're going to sign. You know what I'm saying? So the possibilities are endless.
And Bayley puts on good matches.
It's just for this current story. I don't trust Dakota right now, but you know, I think Bayley should just go on her own and shit like that. I know I had an opposite mind when it came to that, but I might not. Something don't feel right about this.
She's going to go on her own once
Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber bound, something like that. She's gonna screw over them and be like, I lied, some other bullshit, whatever. And you know, Bayley's gonna go back and be the hugger, or not be the hugger, but still be who she is right now, and just parallel that into a face side. But
told you she's gonna be Money Banks Bayley, and then what's gonna happen is she's gonna do her shit. You know what I'm saying? Which means she's gonna end Damage Control, and by that time, that's when somebody else is gonna come into the fold, and then they're going to take the belt from Bayley. By that time, Bayley has held the belt for at least 2 months or so. So she might lose it before Money in the Bank or at Money in the Bank. You never know.
To this day, I don't know.
Somebody is going to come into the fold and get that, and they're going to look at what she's doing because there's no competition. And then
it's like, not on my watch.
But she's got to finish the story of Damage Control, which means she's going to have great matches with these ladies, including Dakota Kai, depending on how she presents herself in the midst of this situation, considering that she hasn't wrestled in like 6 months. So you're looking at it like, okay, is she still hurt, or is she partially healed, or is this a hose? So,
no.
So once again, you have to think about what.
Is it somehow so a coincidence that she was able to run and actually move around with Nike fucking dunks on, with a knee brace, swinging around with a chair?
Coincidence? I think not.
But we also have to understand for the past 2 or 3
weeks. On to you, Dakota. I'm on to you.
But for the past month or so, she hasn't been on TV. Let's also remember that. Leading up to before Rumble, she hasn't been on TV. So she could have been in the mix to where she's like healing and trying to plot where she fits in, so that Bayley can keep an eye on the Kabuki Wars for herself. You think if she was still around and shit was going on, that the story would have made sense if Dakota Kai was there? No. So this is the perfect storyline where it fit in to where she can come back healthy and then turn and kind of put herself on the mat and try to go for the belt by herself.
Instigating, not helping the situation at all.
And still have to deal with the Kabuki Wars and Io Shirai.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Okay, wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So just don't feel right about that.
No, I'm sorry.
Right about that, but yeah, all right. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestled with him. Stone Cold wrestled with knee brace all the time.
True, but what I'm saying is that this because there's no real competition. What other way than to kind of build momentum for someone that's coming, so that you're not just doing promos that just make it appearances. You know what I'm saying? You got to finish the story, because of course Io Shirai is going to want to rematch. Then the other girls are going to want to rematch. Then Dakota Kai, when she gets healthy, she's going to want a match. So you got shit that you're going to have to handle and maneuver, because these are your sister, your girls. So these are the ones that are really kind of keeping the division going for now, until someone gets called up or switches over. But the question is who? That's the question. Who's going to be the woman that's going to come over and take the belt from Bayley?
And this wasn't some weak ass training lessons either.
How many matches did Io Shirai have during the course of her? Yeah, I'm sorry.
What's she doing? What's she doing? Train the... Oh my God! You can't...
It's just like how people be saying Timu when it's Tamu. Yeah. Same shit.
Yo, fuck that.
It's Tamu. It's Tamu.
That whole fucking
so,
listen, I don't trust this bitch.
I get it. All I'm saying is just that this is just an opportunity for Banks to hold the belt for a little bit and be the baby heel until someone else comes in, and then she can do what she needs to do to solidify herself as one of the greatest women wrestlers of this generation. You know what I'm saying? And what better way? I mean, like I said, I look at the matches that Io Shirai had when she was champion. She really didn't, outside of Bianca, I mean, she still had help. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, imagine if that was Bayley, more size, more weight, can maneuver a little bit more impact. You know what I'm saying? You could do a lot more moves compared to someone who could just fly around and it's not fragile, but it's fragile. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it makes more sense. This was, you know, Io Sky's time to represent herself and her girls. So she's going to be at WrestleMania. It's going to be a great moment for the both of them. And then now it's Bayley's time to represent herself and be that woman's the face of the women's division on SmackDown and do what she has to do. And whether she continues damage control in a different way or she goes solo, that's her choice. She's the leader.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is.
You've asked me like 20 times.
That's why I said that. Well, you said all that you said.
That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
And a knockout for the finish. Oh man. Well, folks, yeah, this is pretty much it.
Why you rolling eyes?
I have nothing else to say about that. I said my piece about that shit already. When it comes to that, I don't trust this Dakota Kai bitch. Stone Cold Steve Austin can wrestle with a knee brace on. I'm pretty sure we're about to get fucked up with this. So Bayley, watch your ass in the next few weeks, folks. This is so far the earliest that we can be done, and I'm actually kind of excited about that. Hooray for us!
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's how you get shit done.
There's some people out there they still catching these.
This man started catching all types of L.
Money.
Money. Right, because how you bring.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. You already know how to find us. You already know how to watch us, listen to us. Some things is happening with some of the podcast platforms like Radio Public and Spotify for podcasters. Some things is being changed as of March and June, so some things will be modified eventually down the line, but we'll keep things in certain motion. But we'll still be at the home basis and stuff like that. Cops and merch, show other people and shit like that. Shout out to the girls. New episode Saturday at 4 o'clock, as usual. And the rest of the time, Crazy Duo are back. Eric and Christy once again on Saturday at 6. And we back up next week where hopefully, I don't know who's going to be back around for that type of stuff. And speaking of which, what in the bloody hell?
I ding dong hello. Nah, fuck that. Hangman, fuck you, Hangman. No, I will not be silenced. I will not be silenced.
Hey, it's all yours.
I thought he wasn't even going to come back.
And shut down my network connection. Whoever shut my network connection down. Fuck you, Hangman. Fuck you. You're not going to silence me. You're not going to do it. I'm standing on business. Fuck you, AEW.
Let him have
Fuck
it.
you, Hangman. I'm standing on business.
You just made the list.
Hey, the champ is telling you to do something. All right, you know what? You know what? You know what just happened? Because you didn't do what he said? You know what? You know what? You just made the list. I'm going to have to go tell the world exactly what's on the list.
You just made it. You made the list.
You
made the list.
On the list.
I don't know.
You need to drop bombs because this is bomb season right now, bro.
Jesus Christ. How do you even let that happen?
You drop bombs on these hoes.
I don't know what happened. I will give you a 30-second run-up. The Rock turning heel is phenomenal for wrestling. I love it. I'm here for it. The slap was everything. They have me in the palm of their hands.
Is he playing double agent? Is he playing double agent?
No, it's all real. He's gonna be heel for the rest of this time.
And where does Dakota Kai stand?
And where I can go, what?
Where does Dakota Kai stand between Damage Control and Bayley?
I think she might swerve Bayley at Mania, which I'm afraid of.
We all can agree. Bayley, watch your ass with it. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Stone Cold Steve Austin can wrestle with a knee brace on. So can his voice.
Yeah, she's healthier than people think. She's healthier than people think. It's been about a year. She should. If she's not ready to go, she's very close.
She haven't wrestled. She hasn't
She
wrestled.
might be where like Seth
I
is.
said that, Uncle Phattz. That's why I said that. Like, bro, it's been way too long. Man. This guy
Because it can go both ways.
We saw Seth take a bump.
She has to be ready.
We saw Seth take a bump on Raw. I think Dakota can be in the same where she can't wrestle, but she might be able to take like a quick bump or a quick something easy that doesn't compromise her knee. So be wary of something crazy happening at Mania. That's all.
But she might. Smart, okay? Be fucking smart. That's from us to you, girl. Please. Be smart.
Yeah.
Don't trust this shit.
Yeah.
But I'll be back next week. I'll have full analysis next week. BlackHart's going to do this to me again next week because the NBA All-Star game is next week. But he's going to do it to me again, and I'm going to be here for you because I love all of you out there. I'll be here for you. He knows.
I'm going to be watching this All-Star game too.
Exactly.
So you know we're going to be starting late like next week as well. So don't go there. Don't do that.
I
was just you guys were waiting for the shit to be over. So I waited. So you can't.
As soon as that game went to overtime, I was laughing. I was like, "BlackHart's having a fit right now because this game went to overtime."
No. Actually, I was not. I was chilling watching the game. I'm like, they're really gonna go to overtime with this.
I was actually happy. I was pissed off.
I'm like, then that's game over right there.
I was pissed off about the field goal, but I was happy.
So that's why I was kind of like, I was in tune with the game watching it. So I was like, yo, San Fran, what the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all had opportunities. The shit was flopping. You guys ran out of gas. Done. I was like, oh, come on, bro.
This is the one thing.
And the first person that walked in here was you with that bullshit. So I knew the shit was going to come. Whenever Mike comes in, I'm going to hear it from him. I knew it.
Go talk. Go talk. Shout out to Dylan. Go talk.
Listen, this is the one thing I tell people. Experience always overexceeds.
It does.
Big shout out to Andy Reid. He knew what the fuck he was doing.
But I will say this, regardless of what, I'm giving shout outs to both teams. But I'm also giving
the ass off.
But I'm gonna say this. This is the one Super Bowl, and I'm saying this publicly, whether you disagree with me or not, but this is the one Super Bowl where the refs actually let these boys play.
The rest didn't cause the game, even though that catch by that 49ers guy was not a catch because that ball definitely hit the ground. But whatever, we'll let it go. But you're right, Fats. Literally outside of that play, I don't think they blew. I think everything was good.
Yeah,
everything was clean.
It was a great call.
Yeah, for the first time in a long set of Super Bowl games, this was a pretty even out call game. So I'm like, okay.
They didn't make a call where I was like, oh, that's bullshit. Every call was good. Like I said, the only one I would argue is that one where the guy made the catch and it looked like the ball hit the ground, but that's just
one of those ones that come close to those.
Yeah, and it was close. And it was close.
But I'm going to say this:
that end period and shit, they're going to make that suspense happen.
The only conspiracy that I'm going to say behind this, and you can hit me with that little murder drama, is that the fact that this was held in Vegas. And not only was it held in Vegas, this was also held in the stadium that's only been relevant for 2 years. That's worth $2 billion.
Facts. You know what the over under for the score was, right?
What? It was supposed to be 10.
Total points. It was 47.5. So the Chiefs not kicking that extra point completely swung it the other way.
You know how many people are making bank right now?
You know how many people lost money, including me, off of that non-field goal kick?
I would have just went with Chiefs for the win.
I did too. That's why I'm still happy because I had the Chiefs on the money line also.
Yeah.
So,
I went for the Niners. Listen, I went for the Niners because the Niners did what they said they were going to do. They made the acquisition. They got Chase Young. Nick Bosa played his ass off. We don't support him.
But you cannot have shit.
We can't get shit here. I pour Captain Crunch into a bowl. There is no berries anymore. You cannot have shit.
That's because he had a fat moment. Real talk. He ate all the berries first, and it was just like, all right, let me see if the flavor's still there.
The light skinned nation is running wild tonight.
I ain't light skinned nation. We just gonna
yes,
say
it is.
The white boys are running true. It's Patrick Mahomes.
It's the light skinned nation too.
Hey, I'm gonna end it with this. Travis Kelce gonna wreck that ironing board tonight. That's all I'm gonna say. Go.
He coming in like a wrecking ball. He gonna take it off.
We're gonna take that ironing board downtown tonight.
You're gonna take it off.
We're gonna take that ironing board down.
That trophy's gonna be floating. Trust me, it's gonna be floating with a lot of unnecessary touches. It's gonna
I know this ain't the show for that, but shout out to Usher too, because that was a great halftime performance.
Listen, that was one of the best performances that I've seen.
I would say top 5. I would definitely say top 5.
Long ass time.
I would say top 5.
It was clean. It was right. He brought in all the right people, and the music was phenomenal.
Top 5.
Couldn't go wrong.
Top 5.
Shut up. But that rock shit, that slap heard around the world. Oh my God.
Woo, I couldn't believe it when I was watching. Did y'all give y'all shout outs? Follow me on all the platforms. IAM_MBJ on all the platforms. There you go. I'm done, Blackheart. I'm done. I'm good.
And Uncle Phattz is Boston Trouble Boy.
81, yeah. Boston's. It's on IG. Boston's _drummer 81 on IG.
And one last thing, one last thing for the Swiftie fans. That girl is gonna be walking sore for the next few days. I'm gonna feel so bad for y'all. Be like, yo, she gotta get pregnant now. She's gonna.
To anybody that listen. To anybody
listen, that hotel room, like for real, that suite's gonna be fucked up.
To anybody that's in Vegas right now, have fun.
Oh yeah, Vegas is a vibe tonight.
This is the time.
And if you're a Chiefs fan, and you're in Vegas, it's a vibe tonight. It is a vibe.
Your stock just went up, and a lot of babies just made another bunch of Kelseys and Patrick.
If the beds are rocking, don't come in knocking.
If that girl gets pregnant, yo, Travis is winning at life, yo. Winning.
Taylor Swift fans, if the beds are rocking, don't go in knocking. Have a good weekend. We out. Dude, you still ain't shit because this is mine.